They're so rude.
The Porsche Cup race, and it was so loud I couldn't hear anything.
It's like, yeah, it's like, what's the point here? It's like we're trying to have a nice tour of this thing, and you guys are here racing.
Exactly. Now, here's our beautiful M4 GT3 car here. Basically, it's the same production chassis part of an M3, which would be this stock production car, but as you can tell,
right.
Everything else, the whole bodywork is all carbon fiber, other than the roof steel. You can tell aftermarket wheel. I mean, all racing wheels, brakes, suspension lines, all that kind of stuff like that. So you can tell basically, like basic cars, let's say, but you have the inside here, like you can tell, the doors are all carbon. There's no thing like that. Full roll cage like that. Pedal box that you see it moves front to back, shows the steering. Our one driver, Madison Snow, he's about 8 tall, and Ryan's about this tall. So there's a big difference in our driver size. So, but fuel tanks is right here. It's behind the driver, and what they call a fuel cell. It's got a rubber, what they call bladder in it in case of an accident. But they can change this Buckeye, what you call Buckeye, for both sides, depending on what pit lane is. If we're fuel on the left side, right side, like that. Intercord from there. Here it's adjustable rear wing for downforce. You can here, you can change it, whatever the engineers will decide what they're going to do, setup wise, they're going to do, how much angle they're going to have in the wing for downforce, and then drag. You want to try and maximize your downforce and lower your drag coefficient as much as you can. So you want more downforce means slower and straightaways, but faster than corners. So same thing like here. Here's where we're plugging the air jack at. Instead of having a jack like you see, or like an F1 where they have the hand jack and everything. We don't have 30 guys on the car for pit stop. We want to have, I think it's fueler, 2 tire changers, that's it. So
no budget for the big picture, basically.
I mean, it's not like ants running around there. It's like 30 guys are like, come on now. I mean, what you can do is stop in 2 seconds or whatever. So, I mean, I use the Indy car, there's the fueler, the jackman, and 4 tire changers. Okay, that's okay. So, like I said, that's basically the chassis. Like I said, if you want to look inside of it a little bit, I mean, that's the car. This is the shop away from the shop, basically, with the guys here. So, it's not a most tracks we go to, there's a few like that have garages like that, but there's very limited garage space. So most of the time they'll always work out of the 10 like it. So other than like Daytona, we work out of garages, and Road America, we work out of garages. But other than that, pretty much you just set up your garage like this, and away you go. And then like I said, they're going to get ready before the race. They'll probably have most of this, the floor tore down, everything like that. So then they get done the race, they'll just take this down within about 20 minutes, put it away, and these guys can be pretty much loaded up and done with within an hour, hour and a half. So
wow.
It's pretty much clockwork. These guys do week in, week out, so that's what it is. So again, this is Garrett, our crew chief. Wave, Garrett.
Hey,
good morning. He's doing the last minute prep work to it here. So now that's basically the car here. Any other questions you guys got about the car?
So last year, obviously years before that, you guys were running the Lamborghini.
Yep.
What prompted the change to the M4?
Personally, I think it's right because Christian Miller, our owner, never even owned a Lamborghini dealership. It's kind of odd. So I don't know. That was beyond my pay grade.
Kanu has a BMW dealership.
Yes. Yeah.
So I know when they were discussing a different manufacturer to go to for the Lamborghini, BMW is one of the top picks because it's dealership related, and he got some perks out of it. I didn't know this before, but there's just regular BMW dealerships, and then there's M-branded dealerships, which can sell the M-brand parts for the M4s, M3s, and whatnot. So that was another positive or a plus that he got out of the deal. I do know he talked to other manufacturers that he's got dealerships with, but I think BMW is his pick for this round. So it's a good car. It's pretty good. I'm glad he picked BMW. Yeah, it's a nice car.
Yes, the other big change was you got the car late.
Yeah, we missed.
So you missed Daytona.
They missed Daytona. I worked for a Porsche team from overseas, and we were talking back and forth because he was wondering how the other two, the Turner car and the Rahal car, was running. And we were both a little worried after Daytona because it didn't look like it was going to be a long slog for the year for us. But no, they got the car, the 17th of February?
Yeah,
it was like a Tuesday. They had it ready. They were all hungry to go test the Sebring and took it to Sebring. Sebring was going well until Mr. Juan Montoya decided to not watch past the front bumper and run in the back of us, took it out of the race. But now these guys do a great job. Got the car back together, went to Long Beach, sat on the pole, won the race 2 years in a row. So
2 years in a row with 2 different cars. It's pretty amazing.
Speaks about all
not
these
much
guys
time in this car at all.
No, it had run the Sebring test, Sebring race. Not that. 4 hours Sebring?
Pretty much,
yeah. They came here. So like I said, it's tested these guys. All these guys in the blue suits are here. These guys put together a great race car. And make Brian and Madison's job, my job, a lot easier.
What helps a lot is us as a team, we work very well together. The drivers work really well together, the crew work well together, and it makes a big difference when everyone's comfortable. When everyone's comfortable, they can perform at their best because they don't not uncomfortable looking over the shoulder all the time. And when it's that way, each other tends to help each other out, bring each other up. You know, if someone's weak in this area, we'll help them bring them up, and then, you know, that guy may know something that someone else on the team doesn't. So it makes a big difference having a crew that's well gelled together. It's a big difference.
Much like a sports team, you may have a superstar quarterback, but if he's going to be arrogant like that, then it trickles down. Like, so this place here, it's the best. It's one of the best atmospheres I've ever worked. I work on a lot of race teams, some really big race teams with a lot of race cars. And this is a nice place to be. These guys really do a great job. And so it starts at the top, Mr. Miller, all the way down to everybody else. It's the way it works that way. So.
What was the biggest challenge for the team, even though you're a good team together, switching platforms though? You know, moving to this platform. What you still have to train your brain to overcome, if anything?
We're getting really comfortable with the car now, learning it and knowing the car. I would say in the initial weeks of having the car, trying to get all the equipment and tooling that you need to work on the car is way different than the Lamborghini. The lug nuts to put the loads on the wheels, all the way down to there's some special tooling that we need for this car that Lamborghini doesn't have because of different brands, obviously. But I would say the tooling was probably one of the biggest concerns transferring over from one manufacturer to a different one. And on the tooling, you can't really run the car. Yeah. Kind of stuck in the water, stuck in the mud.
Also, lack of parts. With everything in the world right now, it's a lack of shortage, and they said this one got here late and everything, but it's just been a little short on parts. Hopefully, don't pair anything up here.
Well, when the race is running, your team can sneak over to the other garages and trailers and just kind of do a little shopping.
That's the one thing that's been nice, even though like part of it with Ray Hall's team, they're the GT4 class. They've been very good working back and forth with us. I see those guys here and the guys going there, so it's been nice to be able to work with them and stuff like that.
Yeah. Any feedback from the drivers on things they're having difficulty getting used to?
Driving style. From the Lamborghini likes to be rash, likes to be driven very hard. This car is softer, likes to roll a little bit, it's a little lazy. It's kind of funny to say this, but as Brian said, it feels like the easier you drive the car, the faster it actually goes. Lamborghini wasn't like that. You always had to be tense on the edge all the time to get the lap time out of it.
Like an Italian tune-up every time you're out in the track.
Yeah, exactly. Always wide open. This car, it's like a big waterbed, I guess, you know, out there, float around a little bit.
And your inputs have to be earlier. And
the big thing with this one, I've driven Lamborghini, just track is the front engine car to a mid engine car is a totally different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So those real guys. Yeah, these are mostly 50-50 split. That's the big thing. I don't want BMW work, but this with a front engine car, the way it is, it's basically the way the attitude of the car changed on braking like that. Because an all-wheel drive, but a mid-engine car is just actually
rotation too.
Yeah, it rotates around the corner.
That's why, like you said, you got to almost like flick the Lamborghini around. This, so you just kind of let the car do more of the work. With Lamborghini, you got to really make the car do the work.
Right. So does that make it easier on tire wear then, going from Lamborghini to because you're not driving as hard?
Yeah, because instead the easier, like the easier you go, the faster you get. Yeah, the easier you can drive the car, it does become a tire wear. So, like Lamborghini, we never had problems. We did have an issue with Lamborghini's rear tires would go sooner. This question. Right. One thing with this one, it seems like the front tires take a little longer to come in. It can wait a little longer because with the extra weight in the front, you can't burn the front zone. That's why that's basically why you drive a little easier, especially on your core entry. You don't burn the front tires.
Right.
Any other questions you guys have?
I know you got one. No? Go get the tour of the car over there on that side.
Yeah, I said on the other side, the pasture was sitting, it's just a whole, I don't know how many miles. I've asked Eric, our engineer, or whatever, electrical engineer, I said one day, I go, how many miles of wiring? He goes, I don't know, this new car, the last car had like almost 6 miles, and you figure the whole car, it's just, the Loomis just got so many cars, I mean, it should take me a year to figure it all out.
It's the biggest adjustment for the team been going from running Lambos for a bunch of years to running BMWs. Like,
Garrett said,
I mean, for everybody, the mechanics, everybody.
mechanic-wise, it was like Garrett said earlier, it was just some certain tooling because, like I said, the wheel knock different kind of on our guns, and there's some special tools like a lot of these street cars are, like especially I know especially not to take the oil filters off. Right. So a lot of the minor stuff like that, but overall, car-wise, it's basically a race car. The one difference is with the Lamborghini is it's a little different because this has a full frame basically, where the Lamborghini has a bolt-on what's called rear clip in the front of this. It has the entire subframe with the back off the front. Pretty hard is like that. A little bit like that, but as they said, working on it has not been really common. The drivers have said the Lamborghini had a really drive it harder than this car. This car is easy. You go slow to go fast.
How much time did you guys get with the car before the first race to actually get everybody up to speed?
Less than a month. Wow. It arrived, it got to the shop. They're in Georgia, I'm in Indiana, but it got to the shop February 17th. They had to miss Daytona this year because it wasn't the internet. Right. They got to the shop the 17th of February, which like a Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it was. The guys got it real quick on through, didn't get the interior all apart yet. Got to the Sebring the following week for a 2-day test. Came back, went through, prepped it all, took it to Sebring with March 16th or whatever it was, and qualified third or fourth, I think it was. And we were leading a lot of the race till Mr. Juan Montoya looked past his front nose was ready to ran right back with us. Now, these guys did a tremendous job. It was a lot of nice things.
How much support do you get from BMW? Do they loan you a tech or somebody who's?
Oh yeah, we have a guy that's he's in there with us. I think he just signed us the motor stuff like that. And they've been really good, even though there's a lot of shorter parts and stuff like that. Working with Rick Hall's team, being in a different class, even though the same kind of car, different class. Not so much the Turner because we're competitors. Able to help back and forth. We have it, they have it like that. They were really good. Yeah. I mean, that's I think the reason why Mr. Miller went to BMW is he got a chance. I mean, he's got dealerships with them. He doesn't have a Lamborghini dealership. Now because they ran that car for 6 years and he doesn't even own a dealership with Lamborghini. Right. But he's got this deal, so he's got the M4 line. So he does a good maintenance thing. And so far it's been alright. So they got the car 17. Sebring was going well, and then we won Long Beach. So now the Bolt won Long Beach. So that's
I should know this, but how'd you guys qualify here?
I think we're 6th in class in our Gt3 class. I think we'll probably start around 10th or 11th. Because now, instead of like last year, we had GT, LM, and Gt3, they always had LMs ahead of us. Now they did this whipping. So the yellow car out-qualified GT Pro car. So those are the intermixes for the wrap. So I think we're probably off at 10th or 11th.
Yeah, nice to get ready. Yeah, right.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thanks for coming by. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Yeah.
There you go. Sweet thing. There you go.
Adjustable pedals, adjustable steering like that.
Almost.
Yeah. I mean,
Almost.
yourself only about it, maybe 6 inches shorter than Ryan.
Pretty cool. You want to start it up real quick? It'll be lighter. Oil pressure.